to introduce the speaker of this session.
Thank you, sir. I request to Dr. Rangole, madam. Please share your screen and start your presentation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Sir, you can introduce her in between.
Yes. Dr. Jyoti Rangole, Dr. Jyoti Rangole, ma'am, is the assistant professor of ANTC department, and she gives a presentation based on entrepreneurship and incubation design thinking. Now, first of all, welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma'am, I request you to please start your presentation.
Sir, my screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am, your screen is visible.
Yes. I will start my presentation. Good morning to all the dear students who are the freshers at the VPKBIT campus, my faculty colleagues. So I welcome all of you for the session on building the startup ecosystem at campus. So I'm Dr. Jyoti Rangole. I'm working as assistant professor at ENTC department, and I'm heading the entrepreneurship development cell of this institute. And I'm also a convener of Institute Innovation Council of VPKBIT Baramati. So all of you might be aware that nowadays innovation, invention, entrepreneurship, startup, so these are being the buzzwords. So everyone they are using these words nowadays, right? So why these words they have been popular now? Because India aspires to be $5 trillion economy by 2024-25. So that is a dream of our country that we have to be $5 trillion economy. So to achieve this $5 trillion economy, what is the solution? The solution is only innovation and entrepreneurship, right? So when we think of doing a 9 to 5 job, that is when you opt for going for a job after your graduation, and when the big mass of India, if it is involved only in doing the job, working for others, this dream won't be possible. So what is the solution for that is you have to think in an innovative manner. You have to start thinking, opting entrepreneurship as a career option instead of being job seekers. You have to aspire to be job providers. So at our institute also we have a dream that we will motivate our students to be an entrepreneur, right? So now let me start with the some crude things that when we say that I have to go for entrepreneurship as my career option, very first thing you should know is what are the qualities of an entrepreneur, right? So entrepreneur is a person or a aspiring entrepreneur. He should have the qualities like he is having the ability to think in an innovative manner. He has the ability to think out of box. He can see the opportunities where others won't see, and he can implement the things which others only dream of, right? So what are the qualities of the entrepreneur? So I have listed these qualities here, that he must be passionate, he must be hardworking, he must be motivated, he should have a creative approach, he must be optimistic, right? So and most important quality that he should be having is he should be in a position to take a calculated risk. So in business, when you start a startup, so you have to be prepared for all the things, like your business can go like anything, or there can be the thing that you could go down. So you must be in a position to take the calculated risk, and even though there are some crises, you must be able to stand and go ahead, right? So these are the qualities of the entrepreneur. We can have many more qualities, just I have listed these few, right? So why to be an entrepreneur? That is a question, right? So you can have the when you think of starting your own business, you have all the freedom, right? You can be your own boss. Nobody will be there to tell what you have to do. You have to take the charge of whole of your work, and you can be your own boss. and you can do the things, you can do the work that you enjoy. You are not working for others, you will be working for your own. You will be working for your own development, for getting a good status in the society and getting a good financial status. So you will create a greater wealth, you can help the community. So when you will be an entrepreneur, you will be providing the job to others, right? So you will be giving the employment to others. So ultimately the employment of the country will go on increasing, and you will have a social status which is increased in the means your family status, your own status, that will be increased in the society, right? So many of the students ask me, when should I start? Today is a point to start. Today is a time to start, because see, I have shown different phases of life, that a young phase, a adult phase, and old phase of the life, right? So in young phase, what happens? We have time, we have energy, but we don't have sufficient money, right? So in that case, you will think that money is a matter. But nowadays, believe me, government has came up with various schemes which will make you motivated to go for entrepreneurship as a career option. Many students, they first of all raise the question that from where I will get the money for my business. Don't worry, government of India and state government also, they have released many schemes like Startup India is there, Stand Up India is there, PMEGP scheme is there, CMEGP schemes are there. So many schemes are there. The banks are ready to give you loans also. If your proposal is having the potential, the banks are also ready to give the loan. So nowadays financial aspects won't come, or they are not the barrier to for your dream to be an entrepreneur, right? When you become adult, then in that case you have money, you have energy, but you have no time. Like when you are in job also, you don't have time to spare for your family, to spare for your friends, right? And when you go in the last phase, that is the old phase, then in that case you have time and money, but you don't have the energy. So today is the time to think that yes, I have to start my journey to be an entrepreneur, right? So I have placed here quote by Steve Jobs that your time is limited, so don't waste your time in living it for someone else. That when you are in 9 to 5 job, you are working for others and you are trying to fulfill the dreams of others, right? But when you think of startup, or when you think as for selecting entrepreneurship as your career option, you will be working for your own dream, right? So let me put the scenario of COVID. What COVID taught us? COVID-19 challenges and opportunities. So COVID, it was a very harsh situation for every country, right? For the whole world. Like even the superpower countries, they have to rethink, yes, whether really they were superpowers, because COVID has collapsed the medical system so badly. COVID has hit the entire world so hard that every country has to rethink on how they are well in the medical concern or medical aspects, or what are the facilities that they can give to the society, right? So what the COVID, even though it was a challenging situation, believe me that every challenging situation will open the opportunities. It will open the doors for many of the opportunities. So what COVID made us to realize? COVID made us to realize what are the gaps, even though it might be related with the healthcare system, it might be related to the transportation sector, it might be related with the food sector, and so on. So COVID made us to realize what are the gaps in the existing system. It made us to realize what are the weaknesses, and it made us to realize that yes, there is still we are lagging in the indigenous innovations. And see, 2 years back, if some of us would thought of taking a telemedicine or taking the doing the health diagnosis online, that might be weird at that time. Many of the people might have thought that is so weird, that taking a health assistance from the doctor through online. But COVID taught us that yes, that can also happen online. So nowadays we are taking the guidance from the doctor online. We are not moving to the place where the doctor is there, right? So COVID has reduced the barriers to adoption, right? So many of the students say in the teaching learning phase, if we consider, we never had thought, being the teachers also, we never had thought that we have to conduct the classes online. But from last 2 years we are conducting the classes online. The teachers are teaching and the students are learning. So COVID has reduced that barrier to adoption to the new technologies. So it has made the true digital transformation. That's what I feel. So COVID has made the true digital transformation, which is a need of time, right? Now, what about the Indian economy post COVID? What about the Indian economy post COVID? So we have realized that yes, still there is a scope for improved innovation. Still, we have to foster the new technologies, and we have to foster the entrepreneurship, right? So let me take you to, okay, what is the meaning of startup? So this is the buzzword that I already mentioned. So startup, in the Indian government has described the startup that it is a entity which is registered with government of India, and it is a company which is having a potential of growing, uh, which is having a high growth, and which is particularly working on innovative solutions, right? Suppose I have opened a grocery shop, but it is not a startup, right? Because you have not came up with a new idea. You have an existing business. You have came up with the old concept in the market. But suppose I have a grocery shop, but I have a app also. Through that app, I'm serving the needs of the customers. So that I can consider that is the innovative solution, right? Those, so the startup companies, they have to work on the innovative solutions. They have to provide the innovative solutions to the problems that are faced by either the industry or the society, right? So what is the period that the Indian government considers for the startup? So a company which is in the existence up to the period of 7 years from the date of registration, it is considered to be a startup company. Huh? And for the biotechnology field, it is up to 10 years, right? And it has to be registered as a private limited company or as a partnership firm or LLP, limited liability partnership. And how about the turnover? The Indian government has decided that when the annual turnover of the company is not exceeding 25 CR for any of the financial years, we will consider that under the startup, right? And it has to work towards the innovation or towards improvement over the existing technologies or improvement in the existing products or the services, right? So this is the term what the startup is meant, right? So now let me put the scenario of India as far as the startup ecosystem is concerned, right? So India, you all might be aware. If you're not, I will make you aware that India is standing at third place in the world as far as a healthy startup ecosystem is concerned. Means India is at the third position in the startup ecosystem, right? So in India, there are three major countries: Bangalore, Delhi, and Mumbai. They are considered to be the bright spots in India, where more than 50,000 plus startups are running. The students, the young students like you, they are very much interested, and they are very much involved in these startups. So in India, I would once again quote that there are more than 50,000 plus startups they are running, right? And India is considered to be a bright spot in world as far as the startup ecosystem is concerned. So in what domain these startups are working? So let's have a look at that. So I have listed here in this figure that in what technologies these startups are running. Many of the startups you will find it in healthcare system, in SaaS, so that is software as a system. SaaS stands for software as a system, and AI, artificial intelligence. Then the most demanding area is the healthcare sector. You can find many startups in automotive, in food tech systems, in agriculture, right? So I would like to highlight few of the startups in India who are doing uh, the best job, right? So you might be knowing that the startups from India like Byju. So all of you might have heard Byju's, right? So the name of the owner is itself Byju. So how he came up in the market? Let me put you the story of Byju, how he came in the market and how he is doing the business. So currently Byju is having $17 billion business in the market. See, it's a edutech startup. It's a edutech startup. So how Baiju started with, Baiju started teaching mathematics to few of his friends. And after that, he realized that he is good enough in that, and he can make his friends better in the maths field. So what he started with, he started teaching maths to his friends. Then he opened the classes. Then he entered into the, his audience went in such a high rate that he entered into the stadiums. Means Baiju has conducted his classes in or sessions at the stadium itself. So you can realize how many customers he connected. And now Baiju has adopted a digital transformation, that he came up with the tabs. Now every student, like if you'll ask in the family, even fifth, sixth, seventh, even starting from the fourth standard, they have the apps which are developed for the school students, college going students, those who are involved in programming. You have a white hat junior like startup. They are giving you the skills which are related with the programming, right? So I want to highlight here that within Baiju has a life of 10 years only in the market. So within this time period, he has done a business of $17 billion. So can you imagine how net worth he is having as on date, right? So in the same way, you have the other startups, like you have the food delivery startups like Zomato is there, Swiggy is there, right? And since we are India is a country which is particularly involved in agriculture, many of the students, they are working on the agri startups. So I would highlight one agri startup, that is Dehat. Dehat. So this is a company, this is a startup by IITN students, and see how they have identified the customers. So when somebody starts thinking that I want to go with the startup, then he has to identify what is the need, current need of the society. What they had startup identified that they identified the size of the customer. So India is a country where many of the people, they are millions of the people, they are involved in agri related stuff, right? So Dehat is a startup by Shashank Kumar, and he is a IITN, and he identified what is the need of the, what is the pain of the what is the pain of farmers today. So what Dehat company is doing, they are giving the inputs to the farmers related with what crop they should go with, what fertilizers in what amount they have to provide to their farms. So they are getting the inputs from the farmer about what is the condition of their farm, and based on that they are guiding to the farmers. And they are doing very good job in the market, and it is also a very well known startup in India, Dehat. So I have listed many of the startups here. So there is a phone pay startup also, then Zomato, Swiggy. So nowadays no one have time to go to the hotels and wait there and to get your order. So everybody is trying to optimize or utilize their time in a better manner. So just what Zomato realized, yes, we have to reduce the time of the customer. They don't have to go to the hotels and wait there. So they are taking the orders from the phone, and within less time they are giving the delivery to the customers at wherever place they are. So see how well these people have identified the need of customers or need of society, and based on that they have worked on the optimized solution, and now they are the leaders in the market, right? So uh, now the question comes, how a new product or new technology is born. So we Indians, we believe me, we are very creative, we are very innovative, and we have the solution for every problem. We have the solution for every problem, right? So I have put some of the pictures here which tells you how the product is born, how a new product is born. The product is born always out of the need, out of the need of society, out of the need of the industry, right? So it can be born through research, either pure or applied. It can be born through a study, or it can be born through the problem. Suppose I want to work in the agri startup, then I have to meet to the farmers, na? So they will express me what is their problem. Hello, hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, there is some background noise. All the students, you put yourself on mute, please. So these farmers will tell me what are their problems, and after that I will work on the solution. See, identification of the problem is the most important thing. Huh? When you identify the problem correctly, you will have a number of solutions for that. Huh? Getting the solution is rather a secondary job, but the primary job is you have to identify a right problem, right? So when you identify a problem, then there will be many technologies that I can adopt to solve that particular problem. So see, I have placed few of the jugaad solutions here, which are called as the frugal innovations. They are called as frugal innovations, or they are called as Indian or jugaad innovations. So see here, you can see the first picture here. A person is sucking the milk from the cow, but what he has used for sucking the milk from the cow, that whatever is the air filter of the Mahindra tractor, he has used the suction from the air filter of Mahindra tractor to get to suck the milk from the cow. So this was the post which was placed by Anand Mahindra, who is the owner of Mahindra, and he has means he has mentioned how the people are even using Mahindra tractor for different purpose. So after that, you can see how a two-wheeler has been converted to three-wheeler or four-wheeler, right? Then here you can see in the last picture, this is a weed removal machine, which is hand driven weed removal machine, which can be utilized by the farmers in the hilly area. So these are the, so can you see that this is a product which is very furnished, which can be directly sold in the market? No, but these are the frugal innovations which can be converted to a sophisticated product, which can be launched in the market and money can be made out of it, right? So Indians are very creative and very innovative, that they can find the solution for any of the problem, right? So what are the steps that I have to adopt when I start thinking of converting my idea into a product? Suppose today I find a particular problem and I want to convert it to a product. So there is a big leap that you have, or there is a big jump that you have to take from the idea phase to the product development phase. Idea to product development. So what are the stages in that, and how we have to work on every stage? That comes under design thinking. So design thinking is a uh, systematic approach that you are following to solve a particular problem, or to get the problem converted to a product, right? So what are the phases? There are three phases: understand, explore, and materialize. So in understand, as I told you, you have to first of all identify a problem very correctly. Suppose if some product gets born from my imagination, but if that is not a need of the society today, so I will develop my product based on my imagination, but nobody is there to purchase it. Then what is the use of that product? So your startup will get failed. So 80% of the startups, they get failed not because they are not good in technology. They get failed only because they have not identified correct customer, or they have not correctly identified what is the need of the customer today, right? So you have to be very keen in the first phase, that is the understand and explore phase. So understand is a phase where you have to empathize, means you have to identify what is the need of the customers, what is the need of the society. Then you have to define the problem. After defining the problem comes the ideation phase. Then after ideation, you have to work on development of the first working model, which we call that as a prototype. And then after developing the prototype, I have to do various testing on the prototype at in the lab itself, at the customer end itself. When you develop the prototype, hand over that prototype to the customer. Suppose I'm working on an agri product, so I will hand over that prototype to the farmers. They will test that product prototype in their farms, and we will get a validation. Yes, our product is working well in lab as well as well in at the field also, right? So that testing has to be done at the labs as well as at the field. And then we have to go for implementation, and we have to convert it to a product which is ready to be launched in the market, right? So what is the risk for the early startups? That as I told you, 80% startups, they failed only because they have not done they have not done the proper study of what is the need of customer, right? And you have to also think that whether your product is feasible as far as production at large scale is concerned, whether really it is market viable or not, and how much profit you are going to gain out of that sorry, out of that product, right? So these are the steps of design thinking, and you will find that there is a feedback, right? So even at the implementation phase, you have some limitations, or you find that there are still some improvements that you can do. You have to always have a back path, right? You can go back, you can rethink, and you can rework, right? Now, how the startup ecosystem has to be developed at the institute? As I told you, India aspires to be $5 trillion economy. So the higher educational bodies like AICTE, they are also very keen in developing these sort of startup ecosystems at the higher education institutes. Like our engineering colleges are there, like science colleges are there. So how the startup ecosystem, what is the need, what are the elements of the startup ecosystem? So in the startup ecosystem, we need the technical experts, we need the experts, we need the mentors who will be guiding you on various aspects. Like, see, a single person can't do each and everything. That I will be alone working on the technology, I will be alone working on the marketing, I will be alone working on production. So this won't happen. So you need a group of people who will be working with you. So you need a group of people who are expert in technical, who are expert in marketing, who are expert in uh, what we can say in developing the financial proposal of your startup, who are very expert in getting the funds for you. So the startup ecosystem is formed by a group of people who are very expert, and the institutes also play an important role in making these people available at the campus. And I am happy to share with you that our institute is also giving the funding for the prototype development. When you have an idea, you come up with an idea, you can approach to entrepreneurship development cell. They will nurture your idea, they will provide the financial support to convert your idea into a prototype, and we will make you to connect with the investors, because somebody has to invest in your product, right? So we will make you to present your product in front of the investors, and we will connect the investors to you, who will invest their money in your product, right? So we have we have developed a startup ecosystem at our campus, right? So what are the government schemes? I will not go in detail for this. So government, as I told you, they have came up with various schemes that might be related with the funding. Few schemes are related with they are providing you the loans, huh? So you might have heard about MSME. It is micro, medium, small enterprises. So here in what in MSME is micro, small, medium enterprises. So these enterprises, they are means these businesses, they are classified in three categories: micro, small, medium, on the basis of how much is their turnover and how much is the investment in the machinery. So when you have the investment not on the machinery not more than 1 CR, and the annual turnover less than 5 CR, it comes under micro. So here I have listed to what we call that as a micro, small and medium enterprises. So MSME is a body which will be raising the funds for or which will be giving the loans for your startup. So I will not go in detail. So those who are interested, they can approach to me, or they can read. I will give you the link for that. Huh? This is for MSME government scheme. So I will highlight a scheme which is CMEGP, that is Chief Minister's Employment Generation Scheme. So the project cost for this, if they give the loan for two sectors, one is manufacturing and other is the service sector. So in manufacturing sector, if the project cost is up to 50 lakhs, and in the for the service sector, up to 10 lakh will be the support that will be given. So any of the startup, if you want to go with in agriculture sector or e-vehicle sector, in the businesses, if you want to go with the transportation, then these funds you can get it from CMEGP scheme. But there are some criteria that they have placed, whether you are in a rural area or in urban area, and in what category you are. So some percentage we have to also contribute. Like when you are from the rural area, you will get a 25% subsidy of your project cost. This subsidy will be 25% of your project cost, that will be given to the general category, and 15% will be for urban. And how much percentage we have to invest from our side is 10%. For SC, ST and women and ex-servicemen and the disabled people, the rates are different, right? And for the women entrepreneurs, I will particularly highlight for the girls who are present in this session, that for the women entrepreneurs, there are many schemes and many benefits have been given by the government, right? So the girls the girls have to come forward and get the benefit of that, right? So this is a PMEGP scheme for manufacturing sector, up to 25 lakhs. project cost, and service sector up to 10 lakh. Then there are some different rate for the subsidy. So you can just go through it. Uh, there is a Mudra loan also, which is under Shishu, Kishore, and Tarun. So three classes they have given. It is up to how much funding you will be getting, that I have mentioned here. Then the Stand Up India scheme, they can give you the loan up to 10 lakhs to 1 CR, and it is particularly for SC, ST, and women. There are many schemes for this category, right? So you can visit the sites. First, I have mentioned the sites. There are various schemes by NABARD, that is National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So they came up with various schemes. It might be related with your dairy, it might be related with your agriculture sector, it might be related with the commercial production units. So even in agriculture marketing infrastructure also, they have invested, they have came up with many schemes. So those who are interested, they can just go on to these links and explore further. So now a new scheme has been came up, that is Prime Minister's scheme for formalization of micro food processing enterprise. So in food processing, the students who are interested, they will be surely getting benefit out of this scheme, right? So I have already told you what is the meaning of startup, how Government of India has defined it, and what are the benefits when you enter into a startup. Like, government has huge amount of funds, like 10,000 CR funding is available for the government. The government will be ready to invest as the venture capital in your startup. So don't worry about the funds. If you have an idea, the funds will be automatically raised. If your idea is having the potential, then there will be when you have registered your startup on startupindia.gov.in. You just Google this site, startupindia.gov.in. This is a simple registration process. Just by submitting a simple form, you can register your startup with Government of India, and this complete process is online. And you will get, after registering your startup, if you want to file the patent, then 80% cost reduction will be there for the patent fees, right? And you will be getting a tax benefit up to 3 years when you have registered your startup. Then the government will make you to connect with the investors. They connect the investors mela, or investors, what we can say, there is a meet, investors meet. Through this investors meet, your government will itself connect you with the investors. So see, this is a very nice scheme by the government. Those who are truly aspiring to be an entrepreneur, just go through what are the benefits of registering a startup, and you can start working on it, right? Then there we need a Udyam registration, like we have our Aadhaar card with us, which is our own identity. In the same way, we should have an identity of our own business. So Udyog Aadhaar, we call that as, right? So Udyam registration can be also done online through this site, right? So uh, what is a way ahead to achieve the goal? So suppose I want to be an entrepreneur, I have to change my mindset, and I have to be prepared for the things. Like, I will be taking a calculated risk, I will be working very hard on my idea, and I will convert it to a product. So how the students, they have to work? So the students, they can work on the hobby project, but while selecting the hobby project, you select in such a way that it is going to solve the problem of the society, right? When we move in the society, we will find many of the problems that the people are facing, right? Like, if you are staying in the apartment, there are many problems that the people are facing. Like, there will be overflow of water unnecessarily, the light will be wasted. So you can solve those problems, and those problems, when you solve it, and you can convert that to a product, right, which can be sold in the market. and you can get the benefit out of it. Whenever you are selecting any of the project, either mini, major, or your hobby project, try to identify who is going to purchase this. Put yourself at the customer end and think that if somebody comes up with this project, am I going to invest at least my 1 rupee, 10 rupees on that particular project to buy it? So put always yourself in the shoe of customer and think that whether really I'm going to invest in this product or invest in this project or not. So you have to select the project by that way. Otherwise, many of the students, they just work on the project just for the sake of marks, and just it will go in a cupboard. So cupboard will be the place for those projects. So don't do that. Don't have that habit. Just think from a point that I will convert this into a product, right? Then the students needs to participate in various entrepreneurship and IPR awareness programs. So intellectual property right programs, in which will be made aware about the patents, copyrights, and so on. So you have to participate in state, national, international level innovation and startup competitions. So many of the competitions, they are being announced by various companies, and Government of India also announces, like Yukti competition is there, Smart India hackathon competition is there. Then many of the competitions, Government of India is coming forward, right? Then they organize boot camps and the startup melas. Just if you are not interested at all in the startup, still I will, since you are in first year, you just visit to the innovation competitions. You will feel really that yes, these are the fields in which the people are working, and I can still do better in this field. When that when that thing will come into your mind, I'm sure that automatically you will start thinking of entrepreneurship as your career option. Then as I told you, government is providing the funding through various schemes. There are various schemes like Nidhi Prayas, Nidhi EIR, then new generation IEDC, and so many schemes are there. You have to apply, and you will get the funding if your idea is having the potential, right? And that funding is very huge, like 10 lakh rupees, 20 lakh rupees, up to 1 CR also the institutes are getting, and the individual is also getting that benefit, right? So now I would come up to the point that what efforts entrepreneurship development cell of VPKBIT is taking to nurture innovation and entrepreneurship among the students. So we have established this cell in 2018, in late 2018. So we have conducted various awareness camps for the students, entrepreneurship awareness camps we have conducted. Then we have taken the faculty development program. We have called the experts. We have called the startup founders, entrepreneurs at our campus, who have guided our students, or who have motivated our students to be an entrepreneur, right? We have organized various lecture series on entrepreneurship development. We have the connect with various bodies or various well-known industries in this region, and in the Pune also. And through their guidance, we are moving ahead. So we have motivated our students to participate in innovation and startup competition. Our students, they have done very well job in various competitions, like uh, Ignited Innovators of India, which is a competition by Government of India itself. Then many of the projects were shortlisted, and our students stood first in Smart India Hackathon 2019. Our student got the chance to work with the incubation centers. So one of the project, which is Smart Helmet, they got the chance to work with COEP's Bhausel, and they got the funding of 10 lakh rupees to work on their idea. And now their product is in the market, and those students group also got the first prize in the competition, which was India International Student Festival, which was held last month itself. So they got first prize there. So many of the students, they are working on the innovative project. They are presenting their project at Krushak. We also got the chance to present our product at Krushak exhibition, and I will show you those. Just a minute. Yeah. So the thing that I have to highlight here is our students, they have a potential. If you have an idea, don't wait, just try to convert it into a product which is which is market viable, right? And you all have potential. Just do the self analysis and explore the facilities that the institute is giving to you, and try to think of opting entrepreneurship as your career option. So which are the startups that our student has registered is, there are 4 startups as on date that our students have registered. Then our faculty members are also involved in that, and our faculty members are actively working and guiding the students for the same. Which are the products that we have developed, that is sugarcane bud detection and cutting machine. So this project, it got the funding from Yukti scheme, which is government of India scheme, and now we will be presenting this product uh, at Delhi, at Innovation Cell, MHRD's Innovation Cell, on 10th, 11th, and 12th Jan. So we will be likely to get the investors for the same, and now the student can, after getting the funding from the investor, the student can start the startup itself, right? Then we have a multi-purpose egg hatchery machine. I will show you the videos of all these. Smart sanitization systems. In the lockdown itself, our students have developed this. Means, see, even though the situation was much challenging, it has opened the doors for many of the opportunities. And these students, Alok Babar and Mosam, they have taken the benefit of the situation, and they have developed the product which was a need of time there, right? Then 3D printer, like Gavande sir might have told you about this. So so this is the hatchery machine. Just I will show you the video. Just a minute. So this was a hatchery machine that our student has developed. He has taken up this as a mini project in third year, and he has worked very hard. I have seen his complete journey because I have guided him throughout his journey. And for 2 years completely, the student has developed this system. And right now, he has worked on a system which is for the multi-purpose egg hatchery machine, and he has developed the system up to 500 and 1000 eggs, and he is now providing the chicken to the various well-known food technology companies, right? And he is now in the service sector. So this was a project which he has done in third year, and now whatever video I have shown you, this is that was his final product. Then next is, as I told you, automatic sugarcane bud detection and cutting machine. Just a minute. So this is a machine that we have developed, which will automatically detect the sugarcane bud, and it will cut the healthy bud only. It will detect the healthy bud, and that part only will be automatically cut. So this is Aishwarya Fulari. She was my master's student, and she has developed this product, and this was selected in Yukti competition. Just a minute, I will take. So this system is a blend of artificial intelligence and mechatronics. So we have used the technology of artificial intelligence for detecting the bud, and this is the pneumatic cutter that we have used it for cutting the sugar cane, right? So we have done the competitors survey completely, and then we came up with our product. So this was the product development phase. We have filed a patent of these two, that is egg hatchery machine, sugarcane bud detection cutting machine. These patents are now published, and we got the chance to present it in front of Honorable CM and Deputy CM at Krushak competition. So our students, as I told you, they have developed the sanitization systems. So this is the sanitization tunnel that has been designed, developed by our student. This is the sanitization tunnel. Then you can see here, this is a UV disinfection box where you can put your groceries and it will get disinfected by using the UV rays. Uh, so this is the story of the product development. So, so these are the awards achievement. We got the chance to present it to Vice Chancellor, ex-Vice Chancellor of Symbiosis also. This is the SIH team. This is NEC, Nashik Engineering Cluster. So we have total 16 patents which are filed by the students, faculties. Out of that, 3 patents are now published. So with whom we are linked? We are linked with the Science Technology Park Pune, the Venture Center, then Bharati Yuva Shakti Trust, AICADT, and Bhausel Pune. Recently, our institute has established Institutions Innovation Council. So in this, the institute will be getting a rating of 5 star out of 5 star on the basis how well the institute is going in innovation, entrepreneurship, and obviously filing the patents and making the students to launch the startups. So finally, I would just like to say entrepreneurs can see what others can't, they can do what others won't, and they can accomplish what others can only dream. Fine. So the last announcement from my side is Baramati Nagar Parishad, they have announced a competition which is Swachh Innovation Technology Challenge. So this is a competition where you have to submit your idea in the domain like social inclusion, means it is particularly related with the cleanliness of the city, right? Transparency, digital enablement, plastic waste management, then zero dump utilization of the compost generated from the society and household. Then you can read the topics. One topic only I will tell you: my stretch, my responsibility initiative. So what is this initiative is that a patch of the road, the responsibility of a patch of a road needs to be taken by a student or by a citizen, and the cleanliness of that road, how innovative solutions you can come up with in order to have the cleanliness of that road, that these ideas are invited. So there might be only a doubt with this topic, that's why I'm highlighting this. My stretch, my responsibility, a patch of road, the responsibility of that road you have to take as far as the cleanliness of that road is concerned. So you have to come up with a unique concept which will be, which you think that the Nagar Parishad has to adopt so that the cleanliness will be maintained, right? So this is a competition which will be held at various Nagar Parishads, and the best Nagar Parishad will be awarded a prize. So we have to make Baramati Nagar Parishad to be at the top at national level, and the ideas that will be the winners from this competition, they will be getting the chance to present their idea at national level. If your idea is really worth, and if you are ready to implement it within 3 months period or 6 months period, then those ideas will be also giving the funding, means the financial funding will be given to those ideas, and those ideas can be implemented at state level as well as national level. Means whatever solution you are proposing, that will be implemented, and that will be implemented at state and national level. So I will appeal all of you to at least go through these topics and at least come up with what is the innovative idea that we can present for this competition. So I'm expecting maximum participation from first year students as well. So it will give you the confidence. See, right now you are in the first year, but first year, second year, as you'll go on participating in many of the innovation competitions, it will surely give you the confidence that yes, we can really build a solution which can solve the problem of the society, and yes, we can truly uh, walk on the path of entrepreneurship instead of going for 9 to 5 job. Fine. So that's all from my end. So if you have any doubts, difficulties, you can ask me.
Please student, ask the question regarding entrepreneurship and their startup. Any questions from students?
Or anything you want to highlight, or anything you else you need, you can ask me. Yes. Okay. Vidya, for entrepreneurship, what should we do from? Yes, I'm not able to. Vidya, you can unmute and you can ask me the question. Yes. Okay. Yes. Huh. Harshal is asking me why there are many unicorn startup owners from IITs. Okay. Very first thing is that you have to if you have a mindset, now it's not the thing that only the IITians can have a unicorn startup. The people like the people studying in private engineering colleges, they can also come up with a unicorn startup, right? Why? I will address this question in this way, that why you are thinking that only IITians can have a unicorn startup, because they have developed their mindset right from the beginning, yes, that I have to work in the startup. So whatever skills they need for that startup, they will develop those skills, right from day one. It means uh, right from the time when the idea came into their mind. Suppose I want to work in agriculture field, but I'm not an expert from that field. So what they will do, either they will go in the fields, or they will search from various resources, or they will connect themselves with those people who are expert in agriculture, and they will adopt the skills, bare minimum skills that are required. So you people, you can also, suppose you want to work in agri startup, why you are not starting from the day one only? So what is essential for the agri startup? Why you are not searching for that? Which are the agri startups? In what domain they are working? And whatever existing products are there in the market, what are the limitations of those products? Why you are not highlighting those limitations, and why you are not working on that? So Harshal, believe me that not only the IITians, you can also be a unicorn startup founder, right? But the only thing is that you have to get those skills acquired. It is not possible that I should get all the skills. The essential skills you have to get it, and from others you can have a group of the people who are expert, and then you can work together, right, Harshal? Okay. For the entrepreneurship, what we do from now at the level to develop business. Okay. Vidya. Okay. Vidya, I will tell you that whatever programs we are organizing at institute level, let you feel that yes, you have to prepare your mind first, that yes, I have to be an entrepreneur. So what you do, you participate in the camps that our institute is organizing. Like we are organizing various camps, entrepreneurship awareness camp, in which you will be made aware about what are the basics of entrepreneurship, what are the skills that you need, in what various domains you can work, right? So I would advise you that all the entrepreneurship development camps that the institute is organizing, or we are organizing the expert talk from the startup founders, well-known entrepreneurs, you participate in that. So you will get an idea. See, we have to always listen to the success stories, and rather than that we have to always listen to the failure stories, right, of the entrepreneurs. So success story listening is good, but we should also listen to the failure stories of the entrepreneurs. Why I'm saying this? Because you can learn from others mistakes. So whatever mistakes the previous entrepreneurs have done, we don't have to repeat it na. So we have to always learn from others mistakes instead of repeating that mistake. So I would advise you to participate in all the programs that we are organizing. Then you participate in, you have to work on, you have to list out what are the problems that the society is facing right now. Try to find out which are the products to solve that, and whatever existing products are there, try to find out the limitations of that, so that you can build a new technology to solve that particular problem. In this way you can surely come up with a very nice and market viable product, right, Vidya?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have I answered you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Saurabh, in what ideas AI is used? Okay, uh, wherever you have to do the automation, wherever you need, wherever your application demands that your machine should think like human being, your machine should think like human being, right? Like right now, suppose I want to know, I want to give an entry to the students who have who are using mask, or who have put mask on their face. So I have to give the entry to those people only. So in this case my machine should identify na. So I will have a system there. My system should identify which person has put on the mask and which person has not put on the mask, right? So my machine, like our brain, identifies, like a human being identifies that yes, this is the person who has put on the mask, and this is a person who has not put on the mask. In the same way my machine should think, wherever there is the identification classification task is there. So you have to work, you have to use the technology like artificial intelligence, where your machine will work like a human brain, like, right, Saurabh? Okay, any doubt, any queries? Okay, uh, yes sir, so that's all from my end. If you have any still questions, you can ask me, and you have to. I will give you um, one message here. I'm sending the mails from the entrepreneurship development cell. Jyoti means I'm sending it from my personal ID jyoti.rangole at vpkbit.org. Please read those mails. Huh? So whenever I'm sending the mails related with the entrepreneurship development programs, don't ignore, read those mails, right? So I'm sending the mails related with the programs. I'm sending the mails related with which are the funding opportunities, like the competitions. So please read my mails. Fine. Thank you, sir. Thank you all.
Madam, thank you very much for your another very excellent session. And finally, Madam has urged all the students to participate in that competition.
Bharamati Nagar Parishad competition.
So it
So
will be our sincere suggestion and urge to all the students to participate and try to contribute in that, so that
Yes.
we will be taking our institute one step ahead.
Sir, I would like to highlight here that particularly Baramati Nagar Parishad is facing the problem of garbage management and plastic waste. If the students will come up with a good idea and a related solution for these problems, your idea will be very much appreciated. So the students, if you want any help from me, I will be always there. So I have sent my mail to all of you. You can contact me
Madam,
on mail
your
or on mobile.
your guidance is going to be vital in that sense, and the
Yes, sir.
students will be conveying your email ID to the students, if you don't mind your mobile number also, so that
Yes, yes. I have also put my
yes,
mobile number. They can contact me.
yes, we will be sharing those in all the 6 books, and
Yes,
whatever you are thinking to email, uh,
yes.
now their official email IDs I have not been created yet, but we can distribute the same information on their WhatsApp group. This we can do just for now.
Participate in a group also. It's not the thing that you can participate individually or in a group also. Huh? So that is better.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you, all
Taylor
the
sir.
students.
I request Taylor sir to express what of things.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing great knowledge and information regarding entrepreneurship. And also, ma'am, you have to give a lot of information about the entrepreneurship and design thinking. Then in this presentation, you have to explain, ma'am, different startups required for entrepreneurship. And also you have to explain advantages of entrepreneurship. And then in which facility it will be required for entrepreneurship, and it will be very beneficial for students. And once again, thank you, ma'am. You give better presentation in today's session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, all the students. Thank you, head of first year engineering department, Dr. Sajjan madam, for giving me the opportunity to share my views. Thank you, Sononi sir, and all the coordinators. And thanks a lot, all the students, for listening. Thanks.
Thanks, madam.
Thank you, Rangoli madam, for your excellent inputs given to our students.
Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you and have a great day.